Good morning, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next hour. We're going to have so much fun on this show. I've got some great new things to talk about, some great questions that might pertain to something that's going on in your house, and we want to talk all about it. But first, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is super simple to find. We're just like 2 miles off Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill Selma. You'll see us in the shopping center on your right-hand side, almost right in the middle. We're a big location, 11,000 square feet with tons of parking in front. If that's always been a deal breaker for you because you can't find parking, I think you're going to find that this is super easy to find parking here. Inside, you're going to find this 11,000 square foot hardware store has got everything that you need as far as maintenance around the house. So everything from in lawn and garden, everything that you need as far as tools, plumbing, electrical, hardware. Do you know we have 40 feet of nuts and bolts? 40 feet. I mean, we had 5 lumberyards here in San Antonio, and then Dad bought this little hardware store, and this hardware store has more nuts and bolts than we had at any of the big locations. And one of our locations was 35,000 square feet, okay? So this is like a third of the size. And yet we have that because people come in and they need stuff like that. How many of you, raise your hand, if you bought something on Amazon and you got it and it didn't have the hardware, or you bought it on eBay, or you purchased it at a garage sale and then come to find out none of the hardware was there? So we're your answer for stuff like that, because that can be so frustrating. And then we've got a paint department that is so great. It's like a paint store inside our store. So if you want to paint with some of the best paint for South Texas, that's going to be Coronado, okay, made for South Texas years and years and years ago. And then for the inside of the house, always Benjamin Moore. In fact, we're going to talk about color later on in the show, but for right now, let me tell you what we've got coming up in the next few weeks. We've got a small authors event coming up. That means that we're going to have some authors here that are based in San Antonio. How about that? And they're going to be here, and then we're going to have a huge event. Last time we did it, it was such a huge success. I mean, it was so nice to get to meet people that are writing right in your own neighborhood, right? So come on in, a couple of our children's books, and you're going to find that they're super exciting. Your kids are going to love it. Bring them in. We also are going to have a Father's Day event coming up, which will also be Milwaukee Tool, and we're going to have I'll tell you more about it as we get closer. If you don't know it, M&M Eats and Treats. Go out to our Facebook page or her Facebook page, and she's going to have a class just like she did with the mother-daughter class, and it filled up immediately, and she's going to do some fun cookies for Father's Day. When you're in here and you come shopping, don't forget to sign up for our email. Our email is very informative. It's just once a month. And on that email, you're going to get coupons. So why not just sign up to get some coupons? It'll be a 20% off inside the gift shop. So if you had your eye on something, but maybe the price was a little out of your range, we'll just get you a coupon and come on in. And then there'll be also one for the hardware part of the store, $10 off a $40 purchase or more. So it's real easy to do that, and it doesn't cost you anything, just like our Best Rewards. Best Rewards is what we do through Do It Best. We are a Do It Best member, and as I like to kind of brag a little bit, we are the biggest co-op in the world. I wish I had a deal that went in the world, Okay, but we're the biggest co-op right now in the world, which, what does that do for you? It gives you better buying power. So, and it gives us more people that we can buy from. And so when you ask me about a product, I can tell you, we can get that. We can get it. So we also do like small lamp repair. And if you're having a problem with your chainsaw, like if you got the saw the blade in backwards or something like that, which, hey, it can happen, we can help you out with this. So let's get right down to the show, and let me tell you about some new things that we just got in, because I'm super stoked about these things. Okay, the first one, and it's going to seem like something so simple, but I have had so many people ask me for something like this. And oh, and if you're not watching on Facebook right now, we are live streaming on Facebook, and if you want to look at the products I'm talking about, you can see them right now or check it out later on. Dry Dex is this great spackling, okay? It has this great quality that it tells you when to sand. It goes on pink, and when it's ready to sand and paint, it turns white, okay? And what's cool about it is they finally made it in a smaller size. This is a 1 fluid ounce. It's about 6 inches long, and if you've ever like worked with spackling, sometimes it can be open at once, it's gone after that because we can never get it sealed right. But this is just a 1 ounce. So like if you're wanting to do like small little repairs on the wall, like nail holes, or if you have heavy texture on the walls and you accidentally scrape it, that has happened to me. I have a mini Monterey texture on my walls, and the good part, it's beautiful. The bad part, if you scrape something on it, it looks like it's cracked in that area. So you have to fix it and then repaint. But in this new Dry Dex 1 ounce size, you can just squeeze a little amount in, okay? And then the tip on it is almost, it's like a putty knife, okay? And that's usually what you need when you're trying to do spackling. And so you want to just squeeze it in to the crack or the nail hole, and then overfill it a little bit, not because it shrinks, and then smooth it out with the tip, and then seal it up. And then it's gonna go on pink, like I said, and then when it's dry, it's going to turn white. At that point, since you have overfilled it a little bit, you sand it smooth, and then paint. It is so easy to use, and I'm so grateful that they realize most homeowners do not want a half pint or a pint of spackle. Maybe a professional, but most people that come in here, they're homeowners and they want to do their own work around the house. So, and the nice part about Dry Dex, you can use it indoors or outdoors. So if you've got something going on outdoors and you want to fill it, you can use Dry Dex. Just remember, just like any project, you want to start with a clean surface and no crumbling or paint peeling or anything like that. And then if you're going to use it outdoors, remember to use a good quality paint on top of it. But Dry Dex is a great new size product that I'm absolutely loving. Okay, now, how many of you maybe live in an apartment, or maybe you just got through painting the walls and you do not? I went through this for the longest time. I didn't even put up pictures. When I finished my house and all the walls were pristine, I didn't want to touch them. I didn't even want to put a picture up. I got over it, okay? But if you're kind of like that, you know Command makes several different products that you can use around the house that you don't have to use any nail holes. And one of them is a key holder. How many of you need a key holder? And when everybody comes in, maybe there's several vehicles in your house and you require everybody to leave their keys there in case you need to move the vehicle. Well, Command has done it to where you don't have to do any damage on the walls. It's got 4 spots for keys, very lightweight. It's got the 2 or 3 strips, Command strips, that apply this to the wall. And just like everything with Command, you do no damage to the wall when you remove it. And it's just super simple. Make sure the wall is free and clear of any kind of dust and debris. Put your Command strips on, and then apply your nail. Now, get this. How many of you do not have a toilet paper holder where it needs to be, okay? And so Command did a toilet paper holder, and it's a nice toilet paper holder. It's this one's a brushed nickel, a very trendy style, and it takes 2 Command strips to put it up, and then it stays up. And it weighs about 2 pounds, and so these Command strips will hold this up, and just like every other Command strip, no damage done to the wall when you're ready to move. So maybe you live in an apartment and you don't want to get charged for anything. This is a good way to do Command. It's excellent. I use Command strips all over my house. Like if I have one especially like by my bed that holds my cords for my phone, and that way I never have to search for them. They're right there where I need them. I like Command strips. Now, the next thing that is new, we talked about something like this before. It's the Skil cordless electric screwdriver kit. Now this one is a bump up from the one that I talked about several weeks ago. This one's got 28 bits in it. It's rechargeable like the other one. This one has got a pivoting head on it, so you can use it straight. This is like an electric screwdriver that you would keep like inside the house, okay? And it's great for like small jobs, like if you're gonna hang up curtain rods, if you're going to hang up, if you're going to fix a cabinet door, if you're going to put together like a small project like a bed or something like that, it's perfect for that. And what's nice about it is it's lightweight. A lot of these things, I always look at this from a woman's point of view and perspective. Some of the tools that are great to use are also very heavy, okay? Especially the ones that are battery. It's not the tool that weighs so much, it's the battery. And so if you're having to hold something and hold your drill, lots of times it's a lot more strength than you have available to do that. And if you're like me, I don't like to call for help at the house when I can do it myself. And so this new little Skil, it's not little, it's cool. New Skil Twist, okay, that's what they call it. Has got, comes in a case. It's super nice. Now, I'm saying this would be a great Father's Day gift for under $50. It's got a pivoting head. I think I showed that to you last time. So it'll go at a 0, so straight, a 22, a 5, and a 45 degree. Okay, so if that would make it easier to get inside places. It's got a little light on the end of it, so the minute that you put the power on, the little light comes on so you can see. It's got a forward and reverse that you can do with one hand, okay? This is one-handed use drill bit. I mean, electric, keep calling it a drill. It's an electric screwdriver, okay? And it's USB, so you just plug it in and recharge it when you need to. But this is gonna have a long battery life and you won't have to recharge it all the time. It's a great gift, either to give to dad or your husband or your brother or yourself, okay? So come in and check it out. It's in the tool area. Now, I'll tell you what it works really good with. Remember last week when I was talking to you about the mega magnetic drill bit? Let me tell you, we sold like half of them last week when I talked about them. And I thought they would be mainly, men would be drawn to that. I would say over half of the people that picked them up, women. Yes, because they saw it helps with such a problem of being able to keep a screw in place where you're trying to use it, okay? So these are great things. Now I also want to mention, if you haven't heard, I have a new product. It's called Trudy's Headlight Magician, and it's got great labeling. This is your plan B for keeping your headlights clear. How many of you have headlights that have fogged up, okay? And it makes it difficult to see at night. You have to put your brights on. You look at your car and maybe your car looks pristine except for the headlights because they're cloudy. This is your answer. There's other products that you can use that require you to sand, and I have used those products, and it's a 2-hour deal. This is a 2-minute deal, okay? But it is a maintenance thing. So it's like whenever you need to wash your car, clean your headlights. If you have any question about that, come into the store and ask me about it. And we'll go out and take a look at your headlights and clean one side. And if it does real good, pick up a thing of Trudy's Headlight Magician. You can always check it out on happyhandyman.com. All right, so how many of you use like an iron additive on your grass, like iron out, okay? And you put it on and some accidentally gets on your sidewalk or your driveway. And what does it do? It turns rusty. Yes. The great part that it does for your grass by greening it up doesn't do so hot for your sidewalk. So what do you do for that? Because removing rust from sidewalk, it can be hard to do. So there is a product called Rust Aid, and it's made by Goof Off. It comes in a 1-gallon jug, okay? And it effectively removes rust and mineral stains, okay? So if you are on the well water or something like that and you get stains on your concrete or the house, okay, then you can use Rust Aid on concrete, stucco, wood, fiberglass, brick, painted surfaces, and vinyl siding. So, and it's safe to use around your plants. So you pretty much flood the area with water when you're rinsing it, and so that keeps all your plants and grass safe. And the nice part about it, there's no scrubbing. This is like a rust eraser. That's the best way to say it. You just simply spray it on, you let it work, you rinse it off. That's it. There's no scrubbing required, and you can watch as it will successfully just take away the rust. And it just kind of, I don't want to say it works like magic, but it just does a really good job. And just, you know, and you can use it on just about any surface, So it's a great little project. And now, how many of you have maybe outdoor light bulbs that, especially with these light bulbs that we have nowadays, they last forever, right? I mean, some of the bulbs I pick up, they say they last 13 years. Well, they probably don't last 13 years. However, they'll last a good 3 or 4 years. And so sometimes then, if they're outdoors, when you try to remove them, the filament part, the part that you screw in where the threads are, okay, kind of become one with the fixture. And when you try to remove it, the light bulb will break. And there is a product that you can use. Getting it out is pretty easy. You just want to turn off the power to that, test it, We have testers here that are so good, all you gotta do is even get close to it and it'll tell you whether there's power there or not. And then take a pair of needle nose pliers, bend that metal edge a little bit, and then get a grip on it, and it usually will come loose once you can do that. That's the simplest way to get them out. But then when you install your new bulb, let me show you what to use. It's called dielectric grease. I called it dielectric grease. And I was told, no, Tree, it's dielectric grease. So it's made by CRC. They make a lot of products. And what it will do is it makes a, a non-conductive, moisture-resistant barrier, okay, that shields the metal components of a socket and a bulb base. And so what that does then is when it's raining outside, when you get a lot of dirt in the air, it will not allow it to become one with the fixture. Its primary function is to seal the connection from the outside world. So it seals it from getting like one with that. And so then when you need to remove your bulb later, it just quickly and easily removes. And it's something so simple to do. You know, if you're having to, if you're doing bulbs for your mom or your dad or something outside, just remember to get something like this so that when you go to remove it again, it's easy to remove, okay? So simple. All right, how many of y'all, okay, we've got some minutes. How many of you use a timer on the outside of your watering, okay? Some people do, some people don't. Sometimes the timers can get so complicated. And I just, you know, I'm like y'all. I don't need any more complications in my life. I just need something to work that's simple, okay? And Do It Best makes a mechanical water timer. Okay, it's super simple. It works as easy as like an oven timer that you turn on for your oven. You know, you just twist it to whatever time, and then when the time runs out, the little bell comes on and it tells you, okay, go ahead and remove whatever you got in the oven. And so this is kind of the same way. And let me tell you when I started using timers in my yard. When I forgot to turn off the water. I'll never forget that. At nighttime, I had turned the water on my day to water, and then I got real busy on the inside of the house, and then I got real sleepy, and I fell asleep. And my house is small, so if there's water running in an area, I can usually hear it. So the next morning, I'm getting up, pouring my coffee, one eye open, but in the background, I hear water running. And I went, where is the water? And as soon as I said it, I knew what had happened. I'd fallen asleep, left the water running, and it ran all night long. And you can only guess what my bill was that month. And so that's when I decided you're gonna get a timer. So if that happens to you again, you're only watering for 15 minutes instead of 15 hours. So, but I didn't want a timer that was so complicated. I just wanted to go put it in, switch the timer on, let it tick down, and turn the water off. And so that's what this is, okay? They're very inexpensive. Will it last you for seasons upon seasons? Probably not. But it's so inexpensive. You could get one every year. And the other day, this was perfect because, okay, is that time to break? I guess so. Gotta go. Okay, I think I think I can hear the deal where it went to
break.
Yeah.
We're on break. Hi everyone. Today's 4-minute break is brought to you by our kitchen aisle 2. I'm going to show you the feature item, the cutting boards.
I could hear that going on in the background.
Cutting boards by Maple Leaf Home. These are wood composite. We brought these in because Trudy has one personally. She loves it. And so she said, we have to get these for everyone to try. So it is a wood composite. It is non-porous. It's sharp knife friendly.
Bye.
What's the best thing about it? It's dishwasher safe. So it's got the beauty of a wood cutting board with way more convenience. This one's my favorite. It's got that little groove in it to catch all your little juices for whatever you're cutting. And then if you are keeping the juices, you just pour it into your recipe. But they come in different colors. They're different wood tone colors, different sizes and shapes. Be a great little gift for someone who does a lot of cooking for themselves or entertaining. And they're just beautiful too. Now, what are you gonna cut with? Slice nice. This is one of my favorite gadgets in the kitchen aisle. So it works on any kind of fruits or veggies. What it does is it helps you keep your fingers out of the way. You put your knife in there, it holds the fruit and veggie for you, and then you get even slices. And then you just take it out. It is also dishwasher safe. And then it has this handy little plastic guide to keep your fingers from getting poked in your drawer. Another fun slicing cutting object would be the watermelon slicer and fork. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these on videos, but they're really cool. So you run that piece through and make slices. And then if you want cubes, you just turn your watermelon and then slice again with this part, and it makes cubes all inside the rind. Then you use the fork to get them out. And it's watermelon season, so grab one of those while you're in here. Now, after all your cutting, you're going to want to store your stuff. These have been so popular. The little onion pods, lemon pods, avocado pods. What it is a silicone stretchy piece. So then you just untwist, put your leftover like half of veggie or fruit in there. And look, it stretches so it's nice tight seal. It keeps the odors out and in, keeps it fresh till you need it again. And then, yeah, like I showed you, there's 3 different ones, but you don't have to use it for that specific fruit, but it gives you different sizes. After you're done with all that, you're gonna wanna clean up. CJ Bella is one of our new favorite, or it is the favorite, I'd say. Dish towel and matching washcloth. They're our favorite because they're a great microfiber multi-purpose towel, but their patterns are so vibrant and beautiful. We have a bunch of them right back there, and we just ordered a lot more, so come grab one of those. Now, cleaning also involves soap and sponge. Little thing right here, I can't think of what it's called, dispenser holder. This handy thing even comes with a sponge. It holds 8 ounces in that little spot, so it's space saving. Fill your favorite dish soap in there. We do still have some Caldrea dish soap that is really pretty scents. And then it works by this little thing pushing down. So you put that on top, and then with one hand, you wet your sponge, press it down, and it adds the soap on there. And then it's got these little drain holes there. So nice and tidy by your kitchen sink. And then this was another cool thing that Trudy wanted us to bring in because she loves it. It's space saving again, so great if you have a smaller kitchen. It's a dish drying rack that folds up. It is also heat resistant, so you could use it as a trivet as well. Again, dishwasher safe because you don't want to hand wash anything. And it rolls out to whatever size you need it, anywhere between 17 by 13 inches all the way or anywhere in between, and then just roll it up and store it in your drawers. And I think I just about covered everything I had to show you. Do we still have time? I don't know. Well, I'm standing right here next to our jerky cart, so let me tell you, if you haven't tried the Iowa Smokehouse jerky, look at that chuck wagon. It is full. and it is the best jerky you're ever gonna try. In fact, at the front counter, we have a few left of the garlic summer sausage. So if you're going to any kind of picnic, get together, or just want to snack around the house, it's delicious. One of our customer favorites is the cracked black pepper. They are tasty, tasty. And that's just a few of the yummy treats we have, and our time is up. Okay.
I know, right? I've taught her well. And welcome back to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live for Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, and the phone number here is 210-341-1573. So if you have a question about anything that we're going to talk about in this next half hour, just give the store a call and we'll be happy to help you, tell you if we have plenty on the shelf, and clear up any questions that maybe I didn't answer while on the air. So right now we are back. This is my favorite time of the show. This is our trivia moment with Kale.
Hi, thank you.
I've got to think of a catchier phrase than that.
We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something. So each week, Kale will offer us some trivia on the time of year, or maybe, and so you haven't even told me what you're going to talk about today.
Well,
so
you
I'm
know,
holding my breath.
Okay. This year, we've been blessed with good rain. It hasn't gotten really hot yet.
No, I know, it's
so
nice.
I was kind of curious, and I kind of looked it up, and I was very surprised about this fact. When do you think was the latest date that we ever got to 100 degrees?
The latest date?
Uh-huh.
It seems like about a few years ago, we didn't start hitting 100 until August.
It was September 6th of 2021 that we hit 100. That was the latest date we ever hit 100. We went that whole summer without hitting 100.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
But we got close, right?
Well, that was a very unusual. Yeah, we got close every time. But that was a very unusual September because we did hit a few strings of days of hitting 100. But that's the latest day. I was very surprised because usually.
Did we have a lot of rain that year too?
I believe we did.
Yeah.
I believe we did. The average date is about June 5th, so it's right around the corner. But this year we've been blessed with plenty of rain. So if you're looking to do your lawn or work in the garden, it's still not too late.
Right.
You know, we still have good rains coming, and the temperature isn't so bad.
No. And you know what's nice right now is since we have had so much rain, the ground is really soft.
Oh, yeah.
And so we can, sometimes when it's just so dry, you water and it won't even go down into the ground.
Yeah.
And so now, this would be a good time to get you a couple of really good hoses and good handles to hand water, like those edges of the yard that, you know, your sprinkler doesn't hit, or they start to dry out because they're right by the concrete. And you could go over there and start watering, and I bet you $1 you can show them some of the best hoses and hand watering handles.
Yeah, we can, and it makes weeding a lot easier too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we've got plenty of weeding utensils, if you will, and it makes it a lot easier to pull out of the ground.
Yep, that's very true. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
We'll see you out there.
Yeah. Okay. So now, thank you, Kale. Good job. And let's get back to. Let me tell you. I think I told you where we're located. 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is super easy to find. And the store's going to be open till 6:30 today. In fact, we're 8 to 6:30 Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday we're 11 to 5. So we're 7 days a week, and we do it kind of like Sunday thing. That's for a convenience for y'all, so that those of you that have to work so much have a day that you can come in and get what you need for the house and stuff like that. So I got through telling you about the timer for the outdoor watering. I told you about the one that really works the best. So I get a lot of questions about inspiration for color on the house. We go, because when you're trying to paint the outside of the house or paint the inside of the house, the hardest part is picking the color. The easy part is picking the paint product, not the paint color. So I have found a great website, and I started following them, and I have gotten so much inspiration from them, and I think it's called Barkers. If you'll just put Barkers in your Facebook page, you'll come up with something. But lots of times we have a hard time with doing color inside the house where one room will flow into another, okay? I painted all the inside of the house the same color. I'm like that, you know? No big decision to make. It's smoky top to bottom. But some people, they like color, but they still want it to be neutral. And so there are a couple of color options for the inside of the house, and I found one that you usually don't see these colors. I mean, you usually Chantilly lace, Swiss coffee, things like that. We use Chantilly lace in the store because it's such a crisp, bright white that no matter what I put against it, it showcases it. But maybe that's not what you want for the inside of your house. All right, so these three colors are Lacy Pearl that they used for trim, Stardust that they used like in a hallway to go to another room, and then Alfino Beige. And it is a beautiful look. And I printed it out, and I'm gonna show it in the paint department. It really is, I mean, to open your eyes up to a couple of more color besides just what we see all the time. But this is a beautiful neutral palette tone, okay? And if you're like me, neutrals are very soothing. When I get home from work, I want something soothing. I want something that's not going to elevate what I have already gone through in the day. Now, what about for the outside of the house? I know you see a lot of blues, but green can be beautiful. And so there is a great 3 sets of colors, okay, to go with maybe a dark roof line and trim work, Swiss coffee, okay? And Swiss coffee because it's soft. And if you put other colors with it, you kind of pull that tone out of it. And then Sweet Basil is a beautiful green, okay? And then Gray Wisp is a gray that has a green background in it. But I'm gonna put these up in the paint department. They're beautiful, and if you ever have a question about color, I'll try to help you the best I have. I'm not a color consultant, but I do know how to search for good ideas on the internet. All right, so let's go over some questions that I get. People will email me, and off the Happy Handyman website, it's happyhandyman.com. If you go out there, that is a site that we made probably 30 years ago before having a website was a big deal. And it was there for our Houston customers. We write an article here that goes to Houston. And we're in the Chronicle in Houston. And they just are so anxious to see any kind of information, and so that's why the site was there. Because here in San Antonio, you have us. You don't have to go to a site. You can come right here. But out there, we are not in Houston, and so they go to the site. And there's an article out there that I write every week. It's not pointed towards Houston. I mean, it's not just for Houston. It's for South Texas. And if you ever want to see an article every week, have it sent to your email, you can do that out there. And if you also want to email me, it's out there. And all the products that I talk about, you can buy there also, okay? And we have a great freight rate. We changed it about 2 months ago, and I found a way that if you will buy 4 products or more, It's free shipping. It's almost like Prime. Okay. So I had a question this week. A lady said, I have this sewer smell in my bathroom. And she says, it's a bathroom nobody uses. Oh, okay. All right. So that clears up a lot of stuff right there. I can tell you what it is. It is a clogged vent pipe on the roof. You're going to have a vent pipe by every bathroom and like by the kitchen also. And what happens is spiders build webs in those vent pipes, and then leaves fall in them, and the spiders build more web and leaves and spiders until pretty soon you do not get an airflow through that. And so then you get these sewer gases that are stay in your bathroom. And you walk in and you go, ooh, this is a little rough in here. Okay, and you're like spraying all kinds of, room spray, and that's not the problem. What you want to do, not you hire someone, is you go up on the roof and you put a garden hose down that vent pipe and you turn the water on and you let it clean out that vent pipe. This will open up the vent pipe and it will vent these sewer gases so you won't get them inside the bathroom, okay? And it's just that simple. But don't get on the roof. Hire somebody to do it. The other day, a while back we were talking, about the rust aid for the rust stains on your concrete and on your driveways and stucco and vinyl and everything like that. But what if you have hard water stains that are not attributed, of course, to rust? Maybe you get your sprinkler system sprays and it hits the house, and if you have brick, like a red brick, you'll get this white halo that goes across the bricks. And it is very hard to remove. You all know that hard water is very hard to remove. And so what do you do on the outside of your house? Most of the time, if you hire a professional, what he's going to use is he's going to use muriatic acid and a plastic bristle brush. And I don't ever recommend muriatic acid for any of my customers. We carry it, and a lot of people use it, but if you ask me, I will steer you in another direction. And it's called a muriatic acid substitute. We used to carry a product called Acid Magic. And what happened was Acid Magic got very big. They've always been pretty big. And they had always done me a favor because we started using them when they first opened up. And they would send me less than a pallet of Acid Magic. Well, when we were 5 lumberyards, a pallet was fine. When you're one hardware store, a pallet lasts you for life. And so last time we talked, he said, no, it's a pallet or it's nothing, Trudy. And I said, well, I guess it's nothing. And I went on a search to find a muriatic acid substitute that would be the same thing. 90% less fumes, does not burn on contact. And what I mean by that is if you get muriatic acid on you, it burns immediately. It will raise a red bump on your skin. It's dangerous. It really is, especially if you try to use it in an enclosed area. I have a lot of people say they use it down their toilet, and I'm like, do you open the window while you do it? Oh, there's no window. Oh gosh, okay. It's the fumes from muriatic acid, they're very strong. So, Green Envy, it's heavy because it's a gallon, makes a muriatic acid substitute. Unfortunately, it only comes in the gallon, okay? And this muriatic acid substitute is non-fuming. It still acts like muriatic acid. So let's say you have those white stains on the side on your red brick, okay? And the reason, okay, you're probably saying, well, hey, didn't you say that Rust Aid would get off stains? It will, but you cannot use it on anything red because it pulls out the red, just like it does on your sidewalk. If you get iron out on it, it will pull out the red stain. Well, if you use it on your red brick house, it'll pull out the red stain on your brick, so don't use that. So the muriatic acid substitute green NB is just like Acid Magic, and it's so much less expensive. Acid Magic was really getting up there. And so you can use this, and what you're going to do is you're going to wet down the area that you want to clean first, okay? So just have your garden hose right there and wet the area down, and then you're going to spray on the green envy. It will foam up. That's what you want. And then you're going to take a plastic bristle brush and you're going to start cleaning. And it will immediately pull out that white hard water stain on your red brick, brown brick, whatever color brick. I guess you can still see it on white brick. It probably clouds it instead of making it look clean. And then you rinse it off. And you move on to the next spot. I always tell, just take it like 2 or 3 feet at a time, okay? Not too much at a time. And you don't have to worry about the grass because you're gonna flood it with water. If you're worried about things, just flood it with water first, wherever you're gonna be, the ground or whatever, your plants. And then remember what I said, water the wall where you're gonna clean, the outside area, clean with a plastic bristle brush, and then rinse off. Then let it completely dry, okay? So you need to see if just using it one time will take care of the stains. Sometimes it's a shadow left, okay? And go back and do it again, okay? Then if you want to, you could put a sealer on your brick. I would recommend Dry Lock. Dry Lock makes a matte sealant. They also make a high gloss. You don't want to put that on your house. But you could use, I recommend Dry Lock because I know it's a really good product, but there's others out there that you could use, and that might help it not stick to the house, the hard water stick to the house, okay? So that is a great product, and if you're not familiar with it, just check it out. Now, I follow a lot of people that redo furniture because I love to redo furniture, and I like to find stuff that's beat up to see how good I can make it look, right? So if you get a piece of furniture and maybe some of the veneer is missing, there is a product that you can use, and it's called JB Weld Quick Weld. But you can use it on furniture, but you can use it on a lot of other things that I'll tell you about. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna wear gloves while you work with this, because otherwise it's gonna stick to your hands and it's icky. And you're gonna pinch it off. It's like a little cigar, like Dad used to call it. It's like a little cigar. And it's 2 colors when you open it up. There's a dark and then there's kind of a gray on the inside. You're gonna pinch off maybe about an inch and knead it in your fingers until it's all consistent in color, okay? And then you're gonna press it in to your product, and if you're doing a piece of a corner of a piece of furniture, get it as smooth as you can so you don't have to sand too much, okay? So you're gonna do little layers at a time and do that, and then it cures, and then you can sand it and stain it or paint it, either one. But it does a really great job at fixing little areas that are missing wood. Well, if you're not a furniture person like I am, there's a lot of other ways that you can use this. Like say if your closet rod falls down in inside the closet, and you go, I mean, it pulls everything out, and you go in there and your clothes are all over the floor. So your choice is find another nail area, screw area, or you could use something like JB Weld Quick Wood, and you're going to do just like what I told you. You're going to knead it, and then you're going to make like a little rope and stick it down into where that screw hole is, and then on the end, and stuff it really good, okay? Because this stuff is gonna get like concrete, and you can fix that after it. I think it's an hour after it cures, you're ready to go. Okay, I like to just wait a day because I want to make sure everything is copacetic on it. And then once you do that, then you can screw back into it, and it will hold everything up because it makes like one with the original wood. It just smooths out the integrity of the whole area. And so instead of having to like take wood down and replace it and stuff like that, or if you have wood furniture that has lost an area of it, the veneer or corner, or down by the leg where maybe somebody has chipped it, then this JB Weld Quick Wood, and they call it Quick Wood because it's not like a liquid two-part thing that you got to do. It's real quick. It's easy to use, and then you can seal it up, and it will last you a long time. So if you have a question about that, just ask me. Now I came across a great little brush, and it's called a Worcester Shortcut, okay? It's if you're looking on Facebook right now, you can see that it's maybe about 7 inches long, and it's got a really nice blown out tip on the end of the bristles. This will work like for all paint, but the little shorty part of the handle makes it easy to get in tight situations. Okay, let me tell you where we're located again. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing: it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.